bring us joy? We've already begun, have we?
What brings you joy?
That's a good question. So, you know, I I'm constantly trying to ask myself, like, how do I find joy and how do I find not too much joy? Not to say that there's meant to be too much joy, but like, I find anything that's in excess ends up taking more than what you want. And so I've been finding for myself lately that like I've been pretty low. I've been feeling really low, and and at the same time, it's also been a part of like having lots of joy, right? And so, like I had my birthday, right? So I had like the birthday sort of turned into like a 2 or 3 day weekend, right? And I'm getting so much love from my wife, and and then I'm drinking a little bit, I'm having a bit of smoke here and there, I'm saying a lot of yeses to stuff that is maybe gone too far to one side and not even overly excessive, just like not replenishing enough of myself. And when I feel like that, I feel like I'm scraping the bottom of the ocean and I'm wondering to myself, why do I feel like this, right? Like why I feel tired. I've been feeling like I'm 37 now. I'm going down to jiu-jitsu. I feel like I haven't been in a flow of jiu-jitsu. So I'm going down and all these new young bucks are like beating my ass and I'm like, why the fuck am I even doing this? And and so I've realized for myself that one, I'm finally back to myself. I'm like, I want to make a video now. Like before, I'm like, I want to go hide and not like talk to any humans, right? Like I just want to like hide away. I feel like I'm not enough, right? Is how I feel. I feel like I don't have any worth. I feel low, and and
That
so I
must be a
don't want to
horrible
feel.
feeling.
So I don't want to feel like that, right? So I got to be aware of myself. And so only today I finally like crap. I'm like, I'm back, I'm back, baby, you know. Is that's like the feeling. That's
Yes,
the feeling that I have, and it's like know
we
when I'm
have.
exuding energy, right? Like I suppose the main thing is like, how is your cup overfilling? And you need to figure out how is your cup overfilling. And if you have emptied your cup, which for me is the premise of suppose this video, is I emptied my cup too much without replenishing it. And so I became low. And then when you're a father and you're a business owner and you're all these things and you have to continually show up, it feels like life is sucking out of you, which which my wife knows all about behind the camera there, right? With you got 3 young boys, just got one off, off the boob, and and so it's just like a lot. And but today I think I've realized now for myself, it's like again I'm like, oh yeah, it's like I actually really enjoy being sober. That's not to say that just to be sober, right? Because that's also like a program, and I don't want to fall into programs. I want to be myself. I don't want to be this rigid, robotic, which I often feel like when I'm like when I'm struggling, I end up being like, oh yeah, it's just gotta be like this. I'm going to bed, I'm militant. I'm gonna go to bed at this time, I'm gonna get up at this time, I'm gonna do like 55 different things today, and I'm just gonna crush. But then it's like, you got 3 kids, Luke, and you got a wife, and you got a business, you got businesses, you got one that's,
In different
in different
countries.
countries. One's in Ireland, one's here. I'm supposed to be getting up in the morning and I'm not waking up on time and I'm feeling shitty about myself because I'm missing meetings and feeling like I'm not leading people correctly. And so anyway, in this, I'm like, I trained twice today, and I really need to like, I'm really trying to come into my own self around like, what's my own truth? Because it's like, if I do anything too much, I feel like I've done the like monotonous, like I'm gonna just ring and call people, and like I'm really trying to listen to the ebbs and the flows. Like it's time to go, let's push, 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 and it's time to like ease up. It's fine, but it's very difficult for me to ease up and sort of not to say not do anything, but like allow the flow to happen without the fear of knowing what's going to happen. And so I've been doing more of that lately, which has felt really good, but it's sometimes like you get in your head. Were you the question you'd say?
I was thinking about your way of approaching things, how at some point it was like a go, 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 and then later you were pushing things that maybe now you wouldn't be forcing, and just maybe acknowledging the uniqueness of the journey and how each person needs to find it, and you're so good at actually detecting it in every single time.
Well, thank you, but like I've got always this like, I don't know whether it's a Gemini thing or like it's like I'm always second guessing, right? I'm like, oh, you could always be better, and sometimes it's a little like, you know, I always want things to be like more efficient and better, and then at the same time like, well, I'm the leader, I need to teach everybody, but like I don't have the fucking time, or I do have the time, but then I don't want to do this thing. There's other stuff that needs to happen. And so, and there's all this phases, and so I just really want to encourage anybody. Like, I'm just to give a quick background. Like, I'm 37. I've got 3 children. I've got my wife of 10 years, and I've been in the cannabis hemp space now for 20 years, and I've gone through like highs of extreme peaks and extreme lows. And the extreme highs were great and the extreme lows were absolutely miserable. And rather than doing this, I want to do this. Slow, steady, gradual. And it also means too that I needed to have a better foundation because I couldn't hold the wealth. I hadn't done the work. And now I also realized before I was willing to sacrifice everything for like money and power and these types of things, and now it's like, no, I want to make sure that like my health does matter, right? I want to go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. I don't want to say like, hey, I need to like take drugs to like stay longer and push further and do all this shit. I'm like, that's miserable. And I believe the more that I can be recognizing what I need to overflow my own cup, everything else magnetically is going to come to me. And that awareness is the most important thing. And that trust, and call it God power, whatever it is, like God wants you to be loved. God wants you to love yourself. But that also means accepting yourself. And in this world where everybody's telling you, oh no, I got the way, and this, you got the way. Right? You got the way, but you need to believe in yourself and figure out what that way is. And that way for you might be something completely different to somebody else. And so I'm here 37 trying to find my way still. And sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I want to train more, right? Or I don't want to go to like 5 different time zones in like a week and come back, because it's like I'm leaving my wife and my kids with 3 boys, and then I'm coming back, I'm drained, I'm tired. So in all of this, just bringing it back to like, what the hell am I talking about? It's like, I feel so back right now, and no joke, 2 days ago, I'm like, I just feel like a loser. Is the only way to put it. Like I feel like I got nothing to offer. I feel like I got my wife looking at me here, being like, "Oh, you can't be serious." But like, and I gotta be strong, right? At the same time,
So
my wife,
I
right?
had no idea
My
that
wife doesn't
was
know half of
happening.
this stuff because I don't want to tell her any of it, because I feel like she's got to cope with her own stuff, and so, but yeah, just feeling low, drained, waking up tired, right? Like, oh, why am I even doing this, right? Going down to jiu-jitsu, not getting in it, like, you know, I've been training jiu-jitsu now for like 4 years or whatever it is, and going down and getting your ass beat by newbies, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why am I doing this, right? The ego, right? Like, and I'm just like, I'm there for myself, then why would I even give a fuck about all this other stuff? And it's like, but I do, right? And then, but now I'm like, I don't know, it's we're all asking ourselves, how do we win? And lately I've been figuring out my winning is like spending more time with my kids, doing things what I love to do. And some of that is creation, but I really need to work out. I need to work out, and I need to work out daily. And I also need to make lots of money, and I like making lots of money, only to the point where I'm not getting consumed by that. Because I've had lots of money, and I've had no money, And I think God humbling me to have no money, and I'm talking like afraid I'm going to cut out of gas. Like I cut my costs by 92% and lived in my warehouse and sent my wife and kids back to their family because like I'd made fuck ups in wanting to be liked and loved, and from a wounded place, right? And so we want to do things. It's not about what you do, it's about the place in which you do it from. And so I want to do things that are from a loving place, right? Not a damaged place. And so it's been interesting seeing all of these things. And so now I just want to say to each and every one of you, if you're watching this and you've watched this for the last 10 minutes or so, that like really try to tune into what you love. I think there's a few core concepts around like, okay, yes, you need to be able to feed yourself and everything, but what else are you doing for yourself? Physical exercise is extremely important. I think journaling is important to see where you're at and to look at the past and see like what trends or stuff are occurring.
Track record.
So that you have a little bit of a record to go like, oh my God, what's happening? And then like, you know, really ask yourself, like, what are you doing for yourself? And trust, right? Trust in your gut about what you were doing, and recognize when you're expending more energy to things that aren't replenishing you. And if you can even look at that, I think it can be very helpful. So just want to say thank you, because, you know, in this mad world, you can sound like a madman by doing things that for some reason are crazy to other people, but only you can decide if I'm crazy or not, or else maybe you're the one that's crazy too. Because I tell you, sometimes I meet these people and then I'm gonna read it because I gotta shut up and I'm gonna be done. But like sometimes I meet people and people are telling me, oh yeah, this person's like out there, and then I sit down and talk to them and like they're normal. I don't see anything wrong here, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm a little batshit crazy too. So anyway, in all these videos, I want you to decide that for yourself and see like where's the alignment for you, or maybe I missed the mark. And so anyway, that's it from here. Madman out.